played into the hands of Jammeh. If you look at Article 124 of the Gambian Constitution, when an election petition comes up or other cases come up, the court is supposed to try those matters timeously. For example, with respect to the validity of an election, it should be 10 days and not even later than 30 days. You have left the Republic or Gambia. All of them have left. There is some vacuum which has created constitutional confusion. And he says that based on this, there is likely to be some emergency with respect to public matters. He's gone on under the Constitution and Article 34 to declare a state of public emergency.
Why were you sure this when I spoke to you that his next step will be to declare state of emergency?
Because I looked at the Gambian Constitution, and Jammeh had to be able to justify in constitutional perspective the extension of his mandate. Now, the National Assembly, if you declare state of emergency, then the National Assembly or the Constitution extends the term of the president for 90 days.
For the same period, you can only declare state of
emergency. Then the National Assembly meets their parliament. Then you have an extension for 90 days. So this is the situation we face now. Jammeh gets an automatic 90 days under their constitution. Now, why are the judges out of the Republic? They should be getting back into Gambia to determine the matter. I don't want the situation where we begin to frown upon the legitimate right of a certain president to challenge a constitutional, the validity of an election.
Because he's been there for too long.
Simply because he's been there for too long, because his face is not well. Like, I'm not a fan of Jammeh. No. But I'm looking at the thing from the constitutional mechanics. He has a right under the Constitution.
So any event on Thursday that purports to swear in Adama Barrow is illegal?
I reckon. You see, if you look at Article 64(2) of our Constitution, even if a president is declared to have, his election is declared to be invalid, it does not affect the validity of anything that he is to have done previously. Now, if you go to Article 66, after an election petition is determined, the new president, if a person wins that particular petition, his term starts from the day that he's sworn in. So the concept of irreparable damage does not affect Barrow. And it is the same with the Gambian Constitution. His term begins to start from the day that he's sworn in.
But assuming they went to court and the court said there should be a rerun of the election, so be it.
So be it, because that's what the Constitution determines. I do not believe that the solution to the Gambian crisis is by ECOWAS moving troops there when the gentleman, if he can be called one, is resorting to constitutional methods. Somebody should tell us whether the resort to the constitutional mechanics in Gambia is absurd. Except, of course, we are being told that the judiciary or the people who are going to determine this matter are puppets. They are not saying so. They have left Gambia. Do we get them back to Gambia? Does ECOWAS take steps to assure them and to protect them to be able to determine this matter timeously? There's a thing as well. By vacating their positions, the president of Gambia, Jammeh, is able to go to the Public Services Commission and have them dismissed because they have abandoned office. These are people who have shared constitutional responsibilities and duties as we speak.
Are you sympathetic because you've had an experience of filing an election petition, etc., etc.? Is that
far be your sympathetic? I'm not sympathetic because I've been in an election petition before. No, I am a man who believes in the principles of the day. As I said to you earlier on, I don't want a situation where we begin to practice the system that because you've been around for far too long, you cannot pursue your legitimate constitutional rights. Jammeh has gone to court. It's untidy because initially he said, I'm conceding to this election result. And then subsequently he says, I've renounced that position because of further information I have received. In law, there's nothing wrong with it. We should be able to make the system work.
If we want something quite curious, the Electoral Commission met political parties and himself admitted of errors. Now, if that's true, that's serious.
Well, he has the belief that there's good reason for him to come up with an election petition. The merits of his petition, I do not know because I'm not well versed in Gambian law. But if you look at the situation that we have presently, the man has gone to court. The judges have left the jurisdiction. What the judges are basically doing is to create a situation where he's then forced, by way of the public relations agenda which is being foisted, to lose even the case even before it is heard. That's the whole agenda of the West African community. Why won't the ECOWAS, even our government presently, Nigeria and everybody say, this is the constitution? Because you say you want to get Barrow back because you want constitutional perspective or constitutional system institutionalized in Gambia. Why should a part of the constitution be put down to get Barrow in? That for me is not constitutionalism.